that pipsqueak who stands on the other side of the inlet?
Who is that peasant who calls over the gulf?
Ferry me over the water and I'll feed you in the morning. I have a basket on my back. No food could be better. I ate at leisure before I left home. Herrings and oatmeal. I've eaten my fill of these.
How proud you are of what you've done this morning. You don't know clearly what's before you. Sad are you your kin at home. I think your mother dead.
Great now, say now. Most people would think great news that my mother is dead.
It doesn't look as if you own 3 decent farms. Bare-legged you stand, wearing your beggar's gear. You don't even have any breeches.
Steer the oaken ship here. I'll direct you to the landing stage. Anyway, who owns the ship which you're keeping next to the bank?
Hildorf, he's called. The man who ordered me to keep it. The warrior wise in council, who lives in Council Island Sound. He told me not to ferry robbers or horse thieves, but good men alone, and those whom I recognize clearly. Tell me your name if you want to cross the water.
I'd tell my name, even if I were an outlaw, and my homeland to all. I am Odin's son, brother of Malil, father of Magnite, powerful leader of gods. With Thor you're speaking here. This I'll ask in return. What you are called?
I am called Harbard. I seldom conceal my name.
Why should you conceal your name unless you have a quarrel with someone?
But even if I had no quarrel, I'd defend my life from such as you are, unless were doomed.
It seems to me that it would be an unpleasant labor to wade over the water to you and wet my balls. I'll pay you back, you babe in arms, for your jeering words if I get over the water.
Here I'll stand and wait for you. You've encountered no sterner foe since the death of Hrungnir.
This is what you're talking about. At Hrungnir I fought, the great spirited giant whose head was made of stone, and yet I killed him and made him fall before me. What were you doing meanwhile, Harbard?
I was with Filovar, 5 winters long, on that island called All Green. We fought there and wreaked slaughter. We tried out many things, had the choice of many a girl.
How did you turn the women to you?
We have had lively women that had been faithful to us. We'd have had wise women had they been faithful to us. They wound their ropes in the sand, and from the deep valleys they dug the ground. I prevailed over them all with my plans. I slept with the 7 sisters, and I got their hearts and pleasure from them all. What were you doing meanwhile, Thor?
I killed Thiazi, the powerful-minded giant. I threw up in the eyes of Alvadi's son, into the bright heaven. They are the brightest sign of my deeds, those which all men can see afterwards. What were you doing meanwhile, Harbard?
Mighty love spells I used on the witches, those whom I seduced with their men. A bold giant, I think Helblard was. He gave me a magic staff, and I bewitched him out of his wits.
With an evil mind, you repaid him for his good gifts.
One oak tree thieves when another is stripped, or on one oak tree thrives when another is stripped. Each for himself for such a matter. What were you doing meanwhile, Thor?
I was in the east, and I fought against giants, malicious women who roamed in the mountains.